what my feet look like current day. This is 10.5 months post-op. So, you know, this one I don't think looks terrible, to be honest. I have just a small bump still. And then right here are my incisions. And that is what's giving me a lot of pain, is not the incision itself, but the hardware that is right around my incisions that he put in there. And then I'm still having bunion pain. So then if you look at the other one, I'll try to do a side by side next. This one, in my opinion, is significantly worse, and I can also upload my, not upload, but just insert my x-rays, and it will show you how this one, my right foot, is worse than my left foot, unfortunately, because, I don't know, my doctor sucked, I guess. But, yeah, so this one is more deformed, and clearly I still have a bunion. I mean, it's clear as day. See, it's even red still. And that is a telltale sign that you have a bunion. And then here are my incisions for this foot. These are also not the same as the other foot. It's like he cannot do anything the same. And then I'm also having pain on this foot as well from the hardware that he put in, and it's still in there. And it really shouldn't be. I don't know if you can really tell a difference, honestly, but I can. And then I guess I can show you, just for reference, the incision scar on my knee. Hey guys, it's Alexis. Thanks for tuning in today. I am going to try and be better at looking at the lens and not the viewfinder. So bear with me with that. If I'm looking at my phone, it's just because I have a bunch of notes about today's video. I need to stop saying I want to say thank you for tuning in today, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So getting into it, I have a previous video that you can watch if you'd like, but honestly, I don't know how accurate, not how accurate, honestly, I don't know. I mean, you can watch it if you like. It just was me, like, having a better experience than I thought with my bunions, and now I need to go through the whole process again, so that's great. Yeah, you can check out my old video if you'd like, my previous video about my experience having bunion surgery, but I'm going to tell you it wasn't, and this is a problem too about my surgery, is that it wasn't typical bunion surgery. It was actually minimally invasive bunion surgery. So essentially what that does, and this is about it, is it gives you a less, or gives you a smaller incision. So honestly, I don't know why my doctor that I'd seen would recommend this. I think it's completely useless because, like I'm going to tell you in this video, my bunions are still hurting. And yeah, you heard that right, bunions, because I still have bunions. Like, how ridiculous is that? I had surgery for the left bunion on February 9th, 2021, so of this year. And then I had the second surgery because he would not recommend doing 2 feet at once because then you can't walk. No crap, you can't walk, but who wants to go back and do it a second time? So many red flags about this guy, but that's my fault. And then I had the second bunion surgery and the Osgood Schlatters removal on March 9th, 2021. So from February 9th, today is 23rd, right before Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas. Jesus' birthday, even though Jesus was not born on Christmas. But still, it's good to celebrate it as a country. Anyways, it's still good we celebrate it. Yeah, so at this point, it's been 10.5 months. So as I kind of already mentioned, I am still having bunion pain, which is also disturbing. Like, why do I still have bunions? I shouldn't. That was the whole point of the surgery. But yeah, like I will show you in the video, I still have bunions. And I'm still having bunion pain like I did before the surgery, which is like, literally, what was the point of the surgery? I could not tell you. And I'm also having pain on the incisions, which is actually not the incisions, it's the hardware that he has placed superficially. I was told from another doctor that he has placed it superficially, so that's why it's like so sensitive and hurts. So I'm frustrated because I had gotten the first surgery in February, and then I couldn't walk. It was just crutching. And then I got the second surgery in March. Once again, couldn't walk. It's just crutching. And then I had a knee brace on because he removed my Osgood Schlatters disease, which he didn't. So essentially, he took 4 months where I could not really walk. I couldn't exercise until June, which exercise is huge for me because it helps my self-confidence. It just helps my mood and my depression and my anxiety. So him taking that away from me is a big deal, especially since he didn't fix the problem. He essentially made it worse. So I'm still having pain, and I have gone to see someone else, someone that is a bunion specialist and someone that worked underneath this bunion specialist, because the bunion specialist is really hard to get into. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have surgery with him, because it might just be too long of a wait. So I might have to go to the other guy, but the other guy did train under him, so I would feel safe having surgery with him. And then my knee, as I had mentioned, Osgood-Schlatt's disease, essentially what that is just kind of like, I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me on this, but it's kind of like extra bone growth, you could say, and it was on my kneecap, so it kind of stuck out. Like when I would, when my knee was straight, you couldn't tell, but when I would bend my knee, like if you're sitting or something, like sitting at a chair, when I would bend my knee in that way, or if I were to be like on my knees, like cleaning or something, I guess, it would stick out. So it was uncomfortable, like if I was trying to, you know, clean on like the hardwood floors or something, and it was just giving me discomfort. So he was like, yeah, you know, I can go remove that for you. So I'm like, okay, great. Like I seriously want that gone. Why would I want that there, right? And then it's so crazy because I'm still having a lot of sensitivity. Like I'm really flexible, which just could be like weird to say, but I'm really flexible and I like to do the splits. So when I'm trying to do the splits like on my left leg, I guess you could say, I have to bend down on my right knee, right? And that is really uncomfortable, and I've just come to realize, like, even before, when I did have that, you know, superficial bone or whatever you'd call it sticking out, it wasn't uncomfortable like it is now. So I had seen just recently a knee specialist because I wanted to see what she had to say, and what she said pretty much was that if I had come to see her or some other knee specialist and not this guy, she wouldn't have done that at all. And you know what, actually, before I get into that, she had shown me the x-ray that we had just taken before I'd seen her, and she was like, yeah, it's still there. And I was like, what? And I laughed because I was like, she can't be serious, right? And she showed me the x-ray and she's like, yeah, it's still here. And I was like, literally, what's the point? It's still there, but yet I'm having pain like I didn't have before. Absolutely mind-boggling what this guy was thinking. I couldn't tell you. And then she pretty much told me that if I had seen her or another knee specialist, she wouldn't have done that at all. She either A, would have just left it, because apparently that protective layer is there for a reason, or that protective like bone is there for a reason, and it's more beneficial for me to have it than not. If I did want to have it removed, I would have been out for like 6 months, and it would have been this whole other like really a long recovery surgery. So essentially, if I had seen her and not this other guy, I just would have left it. So pretty much the moral of the story is that you need to really do your research. And I did do my research on this guy. What I failed to realize is that if you're going to see someone, and you guys are probably like, are you stupid? But I didn't put two and two together. If you're going to see someone for something specific like Osgood-Schlatt's or bunions, you want to make sure that they're a specialist in that area. It specializes in what you're trying to have done. So I had learned the hard way that he is not a bunion specialist, nor is he an Osgood-Schlatter specialist, or like a knee specialist, I guess. I need to stop doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this. But I learned the hard way that you want to find a specialist for what you're trying to have done. So if you can learn from my mistakes and save yourself the pain and the money, then I urge you to. So like red flags I was having. So before the surgery, everything checked out when I was, you know, having like pre-op and all that with him. Everything was fine. But then before surgery, I think the second surgery of the day, and it was really early. It was like, my surgery time was like 7 a.m. But the day of surgery, he ended up being like 2 hours late. And it was really like, I hadn't had surgery since I was a child, and mind you, going to surgery is really, really nerve-wracking. I mean, you never know. You never know if you're gonna wake up in the middle of the procedure because you didn't get enough anesthesia. I mean, I don't think that's really typical, but if it runs in your family, it could be more likely you have that as a chance. Or like if didn't want to die, because you never know what can happen in surgery. Anything can happen. So I was already really nervous, and then for him to make me wait 2 hours was just a red flag, and I should have just been like, no, like I'm gonna reschedule, or I'm gonna think about it, you know. But I didn't. I went through with it. And the funny thing is too, is like he came in to see me once he was done with the other person. I don't know why he took so long with them, but he came in to see me and he was like, do you still want to do it, or do you want to back out? Like, and it was kind of like, hold on, my nose is really itchy. Sorry about that. Yeah, and he was pretty much just like, kind of like giving me the okay if I wanted to back out. And I was like, no, you know, like I still want to do it. Like I'm having this pain, like now or never. Like I was 24 at the time, so it's like, you know, I'm coming off my parents' insurance in like a year, you know, so I want to get it done. That was a red flag, and maybe since he had like kind of warned me, like, oh, are you sure you want to still go through with it? Maybe my gut, maybe I should have listened to my gut and said, you know, maybe not. Maybe we'll do some more research. I don't know, I'm sorry, I feel like this video is all over the place. Because the next thing I'm gonna say is I went to see him a few months ago just about, you know, the pain I'm having and like what's going on. Why am I having pain? Why do I still have bunions? Like, why is my knee sensitive? Tell me these things. Like, what is going on? And the crazy thing about that is he literally made me wait for 2 hours. And then, you know, I had asked him these things and he pretty much told me like, oh, we could take the hardware out, but it's like, well, I'm still gonna have bunions, so what are you gonna do about that? And he didn't really have a solution. He was like, oh, like I can refer you to my friend over here at so-and-so clinic, whatever. And it's like, for you to make me wait 2 hours after I've been suffering like this, it's just literally so inconsiderate, and it was like boggling my mind. Literally by the time he got to me, his office was already closed. And each surgery, insurance covered literally like 99% of it, so bless the Lord, thank you Lord for that. But literally each surgery was 30K. 30K? And he didn't even fix the problem. Honestly, the most frustrating thing about it is like that was 4 months of my life just wasted away. And like, sure, I was in school, so I was doing that online, but like not being able to work out, especially in like the dead of winter, you know, like I said, really helps my mental health and it really helps my confidence. And then me not being able to do that, it's really, really hard on my mental health. And I just feel like looking back, I'm like, those were some really dark days. And like, I just think it's so messed up how there was 4 months of my life just taken away from me. And when I was finally able to get back to working out and doing things, I was still in pain. Like, literally, that surgery was completely useless. And it's so sad to say because that was 4 months of my life. And sure, 4 months might not seem like a lot. I'll be 26 in a few months, and I just feel like time is passing by so quickly, and I just feel like life is precious and you want to spend it wisely. Right here, I will insert my before and after, my x-rays at the bottom line of this video, because I feel like this video is going to be really long, but my battery's dying. Okay, good time to end the video. But I feel like the bottom line of the video that I'm trying to get at is literally research your doctor. Hey, so this is super random. Sorry, I look different, wearing something different, all the above. When I made that video, I made an outro, but I don't know where my outro went, so I'm just making the outro now. Thank you so much for watching and for tuning in, and if you've made it this far, comment down below, I love elephants. I'm just kidding, I don't know. But yes, thank you for watching, and I just want to say I hope that this video can honestly be helpful for someone else, because now I have to go through the whole process again, and it's really daunting, and it's coming up in less than a month. But thankfully the doctor I'm going to have my surgery with this time he's a good doctor, and my sister had him, and I feel confident in his abilities to fully fix my bunion issues. So I hope that this video helps someone, and as always, can always message me, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.